Hello everyone, Ultimate Legend here. And today I want to make a special video. Something that I planned to make once the Soulsborne run was over. Once I was done with my Elden Ring run, I would make this video. But things changed. Over the last couple of days, I have been playing Code Vein. Anime Souls, for those that don't know anything about this game. This game is a Souls-like, and I have this game for years. I played it before, but unfortunately the footage was not recorded that time, so unfortunately it's not on the channel yet. Will be on the channel. Back to what I will be saying. As you've seen from the title, this is an honest thing that was going to be created at the appropriate time, basically. So what is this thing? It's very difficult for me to articulate exactly what I want to say, but I'm going to give my best go. This is non-scripted. This is going to be said right here, right now. When I played the Soulsborne games, I fell in love with them. I was passionate about it. It was a game franchise, in fact, that I could endlessly replay once I learned how I got good. I considered myself always as a decent person when it comes to the Soulsborne games. When I fight bosses, sometimes I have to relearn, but the relearning process is easy. I've played these games like, I don't know how many fucking times. So for me, having to relearn a boss every now and then, never an issue. Now you know what I'm getting towards. Elden Ring. This game, for the people that have been seeing the channel for a long time, has changed and broken me. I had genuine passion to play that game. But unfortunately, this was the first time that I was actually disappointed in one of the Soulsborne games that I fell in love with. And unfortunately, this disappointment became a love-hate relationship over time. Now, how this came to be, I already made 2 videos to explain my situation. My Why I'm Quitting Elden Ring for Good video is explaining in detail why I specifically had to quit with the game. But to give you a quick summary if you need it, I got influenced very negatively when I was playing this game. When the DLC came out of this game, I thought maybe right now I could finally enjoy what I was waiting to enjoy from the game. But unfortunately, the DLC made me not only more disappointed, but broke me. A specific boss that I will not be naming destroyed all my enjoyability and gave me only frustration and a legit multiple migraines until I was finally able to defeat it. But once I defeated that boss, I wasn't done. I didn't understand why I felt the way that I did. But I couldn't explain it, and I wanted to explain it. But I couldn't. So many things happened. I watched a lot of critics to articulate my feelings, couldn't find exactly what I wanted to say. Until I made the video specifically explaining why I had to quit the game forever, where the specific reasons are explained in again. Now, once I made that video, I thought, it's over. I can let it go, move on. But that's not so simple. When you are passionate about something, and when you feel like you've not explained or said everything you wanted to say, that lingers. Now, in my case, I said everything that I wanted to say. So there was nothing lingering of what I needed to say. But there was something that lingered. The frustration went with me. Once I decided to play the other streams of Soulsborne, the frustration that Elden Ring gave me stayed with me. Now, in my Why I'm Quitting Elden Ring for Good video, I explained that when the influence of the game was present, it really went with me. Even when I quit the game for the day and, decided to do it later on, that frustration went literally with me. And when I was done with my Why I'm Quitting Elden Ring video, it went with me when I did my specific runs. The Desert Sorceress run, for example, nice intention. I love playing as a pyromancer. Wanted to do it on every single Soulsborne game, but there was one giant problem. The frustration of Elden Ring went with me. Now, when I was playing Dark Souls 1, Dark Souls 2, and Dark Souls 3, I was having none of that frustration. The run was even fun. But the end of Dark Souls 1, it kind of began to appear. When I was done with Dark Souls 1 and decided to play Bloodborne and decided to play Demon's Souls, that frustration went with me in those runs. And it was not just the frustration of dealing with moments that really annoyed you. Because having to farm for stuff is the worst thing when you want to do a specific challenge run. And for Bloodborne, I was taking forever to do the run because I didn't simply wanted to make it easy for myself. Get the weapon that you wanted that has fire, and then do the entire game, because so many people did that already before. Why not make it strong, was the idea. But that meant go to the challenge dungeons, farm really good blood gems that will take forever to get to the specific dungeon that will also take forever to get. Even with the False Depth dungeons that will skip a lot of stuff that you have to do in the meantime. But that was Bloodborne, taking for fucking ever just to do what I wanted, because I wanted to farm those fucking gems. And that frustration went with me, because some bosses really annoyed me. I had to learn again how to fight against these bosses. Not a problem. I love Bloodborne. I love the bosses in Bloodborne. But when I was doing this run and getting, doing repeated fucking dungeons, it's annoying. When you fight the same boss, but he's stronger, you're weaker, you're half health, and you're dealing with a lot of annoying enemies to get to that boss, and then you're stuck on that boss for a while. The Amygdala was that boss. Really fucking easy to kill. But I was not fighting him for a while, so I had to relearn him. Not an issue. Problem. Was frustrated until I got to him, and when I was fighting him, I was frustrated because I felt like I was dealing with Elden Ring mechanics when I was fighting the Amygdala that I know is fucking easy to murder. But I wasn't in that situation. I was stubborn. I was frustrated. And that frustration and stubbornness was a skill issue that I couldn't tell myself that I was having in the moment, because I defeated so many stuff before, and I know I'm decent at best. Well, not at best. At best, I'm sometimes like a fucking veteran almost, but the way that I am in these games, I'm decent. But in that moment, I was again too stubborn to listen to myself of, stop with it. Stop being the way you're doing right now. It's not going to work this way with this frustration. But I was like, I want to make fucking progress. I don't want to stay longer on the stream, doing multiple days just to get through it. My perseverance was telling me, do it, man. Defeat that easy motherfucker that you know is fucking easy. Then get to that stupid chalice dungeon and finally do your run. Have fun. Be done with this fucking annoying situation that is the chalice dungeons. But you cannot rush it. You were supposed to do it regularly. And if you're stuck on something, learn from your mistakes. But I was so frustrated. I didn't listen to any of it. I did take my break eventually when I was thinking, fuck it. I had enough of this shit. And that break was a good thing. But it caused me to, you know, it caused me to not be done with it. And moving on, getting to the next step. And that felt exactly when I was fighting that specific boss in Elden Ring. I hate that boss to this day. Because it has influenced me so badly to the point that every other boss that I was ever going to get stuck on reminds me of him. Despite how easier they are in comparison to that boss. Anything that could annoy me in these amazing games, anything that could frustrate me, I will still to this day blame on that boss. Because right now, once I decided to do my run on Bloodborne and was done with it, I was happy that it was done. Happy that it was over. Happy that I was able to do a run even. But I was also frustrated. And I didn't know why until now. I was frustrated because this frustration kept with me. And my stubborn perseverance wasn't, well, I didn't listen to myself again. And then I had my last game, Demon's Souls. The last game for the Desert Sorceress run. And what happened with Demon's Souls? I was stuck again on another boss. Flamelurker. Fucking Flamelurker. The hardest boss in Demon's Souls. The most aggressive boss in Demon's Souls. But I find him easy when I was fighting him with any other build except with fire. Wanna know why it was a problem with Flamelurker when I did the Desert Sorceress run against him? Fire defense. He has a lot of fire defense. In the Desert Sorceress run, I was going to use only fire magic, or pyromancy should I say, and weapons that were either having innate fire on them already, or I was going to use something normal, and I got a fire buff that I could equip on the weapon, but had to, use in the moment every single time. But I decided, no, I don't want to do that. I don't want to farm for these damn things like I did in Bloodborne, trying to farm the blood gems. I don't want to do that. So let's get an innate fire damage weapon. Now I found out online there is a fire weapon, and I did my best to get it. But when I fought against Flamelurker, I did literally no damage. I did no damage with that weapon. And the weapon was unupgraded because I assumed it was one of those weapons that you couldn't upgrade in the game because I went to the blacksmiths and nothing was shown. Then again, that was stupid of me because the blacksmith needs Flamelurker soul, and you have to simply talk to him after that, and then he will tell you, yeah, you can now upgrade it if you have the colorless demon souls that the primordial demons drop. But I had to kill Flamelurker first of all to make him do that, which, even if I talked to him before, he was still the roadblock for my specific weapon. And I did no damage, as I said before. And so, what happened? The frustration returned. But this time, I thought, well, I'm not dealing with this stuff immediately. I know I'm too weak. I'll come back to him later. Just gave myself one attempt. on Flame Lurker. And then I decided I will do it later on. Later on, not now. This is not going to happen right now. When I thought I was fine to fight Flame Lurker, when I did other areas, other bosses and all that stuff, and then decided to go to Flame Lurker, and when I was ready in my eyes, seeing that I was still doing no damage, struggling against Flame Lurker, the frustration returned. And I was again too stubborn to learn his moveset. Until I eventually found out what his moveset was, but then Flame Lurker did something really annoying to me. He spammed a specific explosion attack at me that could sometimes do double damage, as if it was Bloodborne. And I hated that. I really fucking hated that. Because all that effort of learning his moves was gone. I could have farmed to kill him, to make my character unable to be one-shotted by him, but that would take more time. I didn't want to waste that damn time. So my stubborn perseverance kicked in again, and I decided, I'm gonna fucking murder this man, and I'm not going to do anything else except get some grass, which eventually he forced me to farm because he killed me enough times to make me lose all of it in the storage, which really pissed me off. I had to farm grass. I had to upgrade myself just a little bit, not a lot, so that he will not one-shot me with that stupid one-shot attack that he sometimes could do when he was like literally half health. Dude has not even a second phase, but that one attack is just bullshit. But eventually, I was able to defeat him. I got enough grass, farmed, upgraded myself a couple of times, but it was a pain. It left me with no satisfaction except that I could now move on. Another feeling that one specific boss in Elden Ring has made me feel before. And after I killed Flame Lurker, the run was finally beginning. I upgraded my weapon, did everything that I wanted to do. But that frustration ruined the Desert Sorceress run. The end of these games. Demon Souls, Bloodborne. I love Bloodborne. I also love Demon Souls. Even if Demon Souls is, in my opinion, the worst Soulsborne game, I still love the game. Even if it is that remake that's changed certain things that I have a disdain for. I still love the game. But that frustration went with me. That frustration went with me on the runs. And once I was done with Demon Souls, I thought, let's play some Dark Souls 3 Invasions. Because I like to have some people to fight every now and then. Stupid idea of me. I was not going to quit with the Invasions of Dark Souls 3, but I needed a break, and that was not the best situation for me to do. Take a break while the game's invasions sometimes frustrate you with the types of people you were dealing with. And I was basically stuck. Stuck in this situation of, what the fuck do I do to relax from this? What do I legit do to relax from this? What can I even do to relax from this? Normally, when I'm depressed, I play Dark Souls 2, and that really fucking helps me. But now I realized, if I play the Soulsborne games, that frustration comes with me. So what can I do to relax? I don't want to play something else. So, I played Code Vein. I played Code Vein after all these years. And I did my Desert Sorceress run on this game too. It was a hell of a new experience. Since I've not played this game for a while, it felt like I was playing the game for the first time again. But the frustration didn't stay with me this time. I could really enjoy the game. I have had fun. I relaxed at last. And I want to thank Code Vein for doing this. Honestly, when I was playing this game, I was like, I have to do a lot to get adjusted to this game. Since it's a bit, well, it is similar to Soulsborne how to play it, but it is so different also. But that is exactly what I needed. To relax. You don't want to play another game? To relax. Then play a game that is Souls-like, but is perfect. Perfect to relax. Perfect to give you still that challenge, but perfect in that it is also different. Different enough to the point that the Soulsborne elements are mixed. Not that it is entirely its own thing, because it's that different, but because the difference is mixed with it. Mixed with it. That you cannot call it a Soulsborne game and yet also call it a Soulsborne game. Like you could say it's 50% of it like that. Because of that, I finally could relax. I did the entire game, did even the good ending, and I was planning, once the Black Knife run on Elden Ring is gone, it's over, I will show the Desert Sorceress run on this game to the people that are interested. Because, well, it's only fair to end the run with the last character you want to do the run with. But I decided I didn't want to stream it because I saw, in terms of when I was playing the Desert Sorceress run, it takes for fucking ever to get the build ready. So, now that I have the build almost ready, just need to upgrade one more spell to be usable for different builds, basically. I will explain everything when I'm doing the run after I did the Black Knife run. But basically I'm gonna upgrade something first, and once it's done, and I am done with what I needed to do before I could play Code Vein, then I will play with this character on New Game Plus, so that we can finally begin with everything ready. But this time I will play the game solo. I've had a lot of help when I was doing the Desert Sorceress run to get everything from, well, the NPCs that you could help do the game, and some online players that I noticed that you could have the most overpowered people, like almost max level people helping a level 1 person. But I had fun, is the most important thing that I should say. I needed a break from the Soulsborne games, and Code Vein was that break. And with that break being over, since I finished the whole game, I'm finally ready to play some stuff again. And hopefully this time it is genuine again. And not with frustration left in my mind. So yeah, that's all that I wanted to say, people. I do not know if this was everything that I wanted to say. But this frustration is something I noticed. And this frustration didn't leave me alone if I played something else, or something similar to Elden Ring. So, I'm very happy that I was able to relax with this game. That's all that I wanted to say. Thank you all for listening, watching this video, and I see you in the next one. Take good care of yourself, like always, and thank you for watching.